Guru and God both appear before me, to whom should I prostrate? I bow before Guru who introduced God to me, Kabir. Let no man in the world live in delusion. Without a Guru none can cross over to the other shore. Guru Nanak Ji. Miracles of Bhagawaan Ji. Bhagwaan Ji was a karma yogi who found the modern generation engrossed in materialism with faith in God and godly ways shaken and crumbling. He had great compassion for the suffering humanity and would go out of his way to help them. He put in a great spiritual effort from 1947 onwards, unmindful of the physical hardships, forgetting to eat and drink, and with a foaming mouth and bloodshot eyes he would go on puffing at his chillum and offering oblations into his dhuni. He did not deliver spiritual discourses, but induced spirituality by a touch, a look, or by offering bhasma, sacred ash, prasad or his chillum to the suitable aspirants. It seemed as if he was to appear in some difficult examination and was preparing for it. The struggle in his mind was not an open chapter. The miracles reported here have their own instructive value and depict the various aspects of his personality, but major catastrophes were averted in those disturbed times because of his great penance, as is acknowledged by some other people also from Kashmir, which appeared to be the visible sphere of his activity in the first instance. Some incidents affecting the country will be reported. In the year 1947, raiders from Pakistan attacked Kashmir, committing murder, rape and arson. Wherever they went, they reached even the outskirts of the Srinagar city, and some people approached Bhagwaan Ji for help. He assured them that the raiders would not enter the city but would be halted beyond the 7th and last bridge over the Jhelum in the city. The raiders were actually halted much below the Chattabal, a place in Kashmir, occupied post by the Indian Army. Bhagwaan Ji once went to the Hari Parbat shrine. That was some time after the raid, and a Chandi Yojana was in progress there then. As soon as those present saw him, they flocked round him and requested him to save Kashmir. He replied, "There is no danger, as I am always present on the battle fronts." In the month of November 1948, the Indian Army conquered the Zojila Pass and Kargil, and a direct link was re-established with Ladakh. The part played by Bhagwaan Ji in this campaign was revealed by an officer of the military who was connected with this operation. He had been informed by the front commander that a mysterious person directed the operations and gesticulated to the Jawans at the battle front to fire in certain directions. This proved correct militarily. This military police officer had been given the identification clues of the mysterious person and very much wished to know whether a person answering the description, who, he guessed, must be a saint, lived in flesh and blood. He gave the identification marks to one Mr. T. N. Dhar. During this period, Mr. Dhar, among others, had already seen Bhagwaan Ji sitting on a pillow at his residence at Reshi Mohalla, Srinagar, and waving with his hands as if to direct someone invisible to fire in this or that direction. Mr. Dhar told the military police officer that he knew the saint and sent a man to escort him to Bhagwaan Ji's place. The officer was a Christian. After seeing Bhagwaan Ji, he said that the saint exactly answered to the description given by the front commander, who had been mainly responsible for their victory. As per biographical study by Sri S. N. Fotdar, the details of some cases where Bhagwaan Ji helped to ease individual distress, the instances cited, are authentic. Before proceeding, I want to share one of the experience with you. Since the day I came to know about Bhagwaan Ji, I feel that he is somewhere watching me. Bhagwaan Ji helped me number of times whenever I was in difficult situation. As mentioned above, I want to share one of the miracle of Bhagwaan Ji during the year 19 97 to 1998 I was working with a garment export house manufacturing New Delhi. There was an exhibition fashion show to be held in Praktimedan, New Delhi. Our company also took part and booked one of the stalls so to display ladies' garment before international buyers. One day before the show, my boss, who was in Praktimedan busy in decorating the stall with other team members, and I was in office at Rajouri Garden, New Delhi. He called me around 5:15 p.m. as he had forgotten one urgent sample in office which was to be displayed. Next morning I took the sample and kicked the scooter and rushed towards Praktimedan and handed over the sample. As soon as I came out of Praktimedan, it began raining and there was also slight darkness. When I reached near traffic signal of AIIMS Delhi, there was a red light signal and I switched off the scooter. It was still raining. As soon as there was green signal, I kicked the scooter, but it did not start. I tried my level best, but the same result. Then I came down and dragged the scooter so that I will cross the signal, and after crossing signal I parked the scooter near the footpath, and I put all the efforts to start the scooter, but same result. I even opened the sparking plug, but scooter did not start. Now I was getting late. I had to cover almost 15 km to my residence, which was near Tihar jail quarters, Delhi. I was worried what to do now, as because of rains people were hiding to safer shelter. I knew that further delay will be serious problem for me. In my inner conscience I prayed Bhagawaan Ji for help. Maybe most people will not believe, but it is a fact, and to my surprise, from behind I heard one voice, "Is not your scooter working?" And when I turned behind I saw a man wearing white shirt. He also told me that this is common during rainy season. He told me that he was in the bus and he saw me in trouble, so he came down from the bus to help me. He put his hand in pant pocket, and as soon as the hand was out of his pocket, there were at least 3 sparking plugs in his hand, and as soon as he changed plug, my scooter started, and I thanked to him, and within no time he was almost invisible, and I thanked Bhagwaan Ji and kicked my scooter and stopped only once I reached my residence. Namaskar to Bhagwaan Ji and his miracles. 1. The wife of Shri Chuni Lal, vice principal of a music institute in Srinagar, was suffering from the blood cancer. She was under the treatment of an eminent physician specialist. At one stage, on the basis of her blood picture, the doctor gave up all hope of her survival and left her free to take anything she liked, as her end was near. Dejected and distressed, Shri Chuni Lal went to Bhagwaan Ji, who gave him a small packet of the ashes from his dhuni. With tearful eyes he said, "What will these ashes do to my dying wife?" Moved visibly, Bhagwaan Ji said that she should take the ashes with water or medicine. Shri Chuni Lal went home skeptical about the efficacy of the ashes. He, however, told everything to his mother, who snatched the tiny packet from his hand and put some ashes on the patient's tongue, smearing her body with the rest. The patient went off to sleep immediately. Waking up after 2 or 3 hours, she said that she was feeling hungry since the night had advanced. They could get and feed her milk only the next day. Had been given ample feeding. The doctor advised that the patient be taken to hospital for a fresh blood checkup. The checkup revealed a normal blood picture with no trace of the cancer. The doctor was puzzled and inquired of Shri Chuni Lal what he had done and how she had been cured. Shri Chuni Lal related the story of the ashes. He says that subsequently the doctor also went to pay obeisance to Bhagwaan Ji. 2. A lady in Delhi was declared a case of pyelonephritis, tubercular The tests reports revealed that the infection in the kidney was galloping and involving healthy tissue. A relative of the lady approached Bhagwaan Ji in Srinagar with the prayer to save her, as her death would mean the ruin of her 3 young children. Bhagwaan Ji was moved, filled his chillum and smoked it for about half an hour and said, "Go, the lady is saved." Her husband reported later that the tests reports had revealed an improvement in the condition of the kidney and that she was recovering. She recovered fully and lead normal life thereafter as a housewife. To be continued in next video.